Dear Kalim community and everybody else, queremos invitarles. We want to extend our sincere invitation to join us on May 29 for a caring space offered by our very special guest, Nat Wicketset. The registration details are in our webpage, kalim.org. So, Nat, you have a long list of achievements and accomplishments in your life, professionally and also personally. But how I'm going to choose to introduce you today, for those of you who don't know Nat yet, is he, she has a gift for taking you to the most hysteric laughter and bridge a connection to the deepest parts of yourself, both at the same time. And that is beautiful to see. I've experienced it. It's transformed me, and I've witnessed transformation in many others. I want to take a moment to just be grateful for that and for your work in my life and in the life of our community. I am a big fan of your work, um, and it supported so much my connection with my own power and fire, um, professionally, personally, and also as a mom, which is very important for me. So thank you for your work. It's so exciting for me to have you coming into our Kalim community to share all of your wisdom and your sass with us. So, Nat, I've heard you lately talking a lot about the impact of the current moment in our world, historically, in our nervous system. We are all exhausted, we are tired, we're confused, paralyzed. A lot of us are carrying a lot, as parents and also as supporters of family, babies, children. Can you talk a little bit about your message around this and then its connection to action?
Adriana, absolutely.
Mhm.
The whole objective of this session together is for us to get back into action. A lot of times when we're tired, we think about, okay, how do I rest? But this session is an invitation for us to leave rest to the side for a second and instead recharge.
Hmm.
Recharge by becoming so defiant and disobedient to the
Mhm.
status quo so that we can come back to realigning with our values in liberation and social justice,
Mhm.
especially in our clinical work. If the source of our stress and distress is fascism, our clinical work must go beyond validating families' feelings. And this session invites us to practice three actions after we've validated all the feelings, after we've done all the nervous system co-regulation. What's next?
Mhm.
What would be the actions that will invite us to come back and realign with our values, be disobedient and be defiant, and have that disobedience recharge us? Have that disobedience fill our cup while meeting the families and children exactly where they are. So, in short, the effect is twofold. We realign with our values in the ways that we serve children and families,
Mhm.
and have that realignment fill our cup and recharge us.
Mhm.
And then we'll talk about rest later.
Yeah, yeah. I love that you're talking about the importance of both, right? But not staying only in one stage, right? We've talked before about how important those both are. The
Mhm.
rest, the validation, the acknowledgement, the space for what's heavy,
Mhm.
and
Yes.
I've learned this about from working with you, which is and right and the call to action, and I love that. That's the piece that I carry so deeply about my internalized Nat, right?
Mm,
And
I love that. I love that. We know how to reflect. And now let's add resistance to it so we can reflect and resist. And all of that in the context of our clinical work so that social justice is no longer an afterthought or an add on, but it's woven and integrated into the way that we show up with families and children.
oh, it is who we are, right? It is the
Yes.
connection to ourselves. I love that piece about connecting with ourselves, and part of what I try to do every day, and sometimes I'm not as good doing this, but is the connection that we have with ourselves and the connection we have with our nature, everything that's around us, but also the connection that we have with each other, that I think is so incredibly powerful, right? Like the space that the collective creates for healing and for action too. Right?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yeah. We're unlearning together and we're taking collective action together in a clinical context. And we need a space that Cal AIM and you are co-creating to do this unlearning and relearning together.
absolutely. I think creating, identifying, participating in spaces that create community is so important. I say that as an immigrant, right? That is constantly in seeking belonging and seeking connection with my surroundings, my trees, my plants, but also with each other and with myself, who I am too. I want to say, that Kalim was a very important space for me during the pandemic. Um, I found hope, I found community, I found recharging in this space, and it's something that I would love others also have. So um, I want
Yes.
to invite all of you to join this conversation and to join the many other conversations that we have also. But this is a very special one and that's opened not only for our Kali members, but also for other people, other professionals. We are an early childhood space, and early childhood welcomes and invites everybody else. So we're hoping to create this space to learn together.
Mhm.
Um, so I think it's a way of fighting isolation also and create community together.
Yes. Yes. And there's a sneak peek. There's one activity that we're going to practice together, and we're going to craft a message of how we bring up oppression into our session with families. And
Mhm.
it's so important that we're doing this together, and each of us adds our own seasoning to this elevator pitch, if you will. So, yes, we're co-creating belonging, but we're also learning from one another too. This is not a session where you just come and learn from me, but I'm excited to learn with and from everyone who's coming too. Yeah.
Mm. Well, thank you so much for this, Nat. I can wait to have you with us. I can wait for us to co-create something together. And I invite all of you to join. Is May 29th at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And we'll be there together, co-creating together.
We'll be there. If you're partnering with families and you want to deepen attunement, weaving social justice into your attunement work, come play with us.
Come play with us. See you then.